Well, here we are, everybody. The journey we all started together back in June has finally come to an end with Descendants 3. Now, I said this back in my Descendants 2 video, but Disney Channel movies have this thing where like the sequels are actually better than the one that came before, so my expectations are relatively high, I guess you could say. I mean, the finale of one of Disney Channel's most popular franchises ever? How could it not be a masterpiece? So let's take a walk. Now, as per what Ben said he would do at the end of the second movie, we start out with everyone back on the Island of the Lost trying to find more villain kids, which are now called VKs, because of course they are, to take to Auradon.
I can't believe this day has finally arrived!
I honestly wish we could take you all with us, and someday, very soon, maybe we can.
The four new kids they pick are Smee's twin sons, Dizzy, the granddaughter of Lady Tremaine, aka Cinderella's stepmom, and Celia, the daughter of that doctor guy from The Princess and the Frog. So finally, it's the day when these new kids are supposed to come to Auradon. And here we get to meet our good old pal, King Ben, who apparently has just completely given up on his hair. It's kind of like when you're in high school and freshman year, you know, you're like, I'm ready to learn. And then by senior year, it's just, why do I even show up anymore? I woke up 5 minutes ago, can you tell? But anyway, back to the movie.
Mal, this is the exact spot we first met not so long ago. I feel like I've known you my whole life.
Now look at what you've done, you got me down on my knees.
Oh my gosh, are you guys seeing this?
Will you marry me? Will you be my queen?
Yes!
Now, of course, everyone's really excited about everything that just happened, but there's a particular someone who's maybe not the most enthused.
Ben and Mal are the best! I'm so excited for Mal to be our queen.
You'd really rather have a VK on the throne than me? What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with everybody?
Yeah, so Princess Audrey's back in this movie, and she's just a little grumpy grump because, as you may recall, Mal stole her boyfriend and now she's gonna be queen of Auradon. But I'm sure Audrey's pretty much over it at this point, right? I mean, it's not like she's gonna break into the museum from the first movie and steal Maleficent's magic stick or whatever. Like, that's definitely not gonna act crap. There she goes. Yeah, so she steals Maleficent's whatever that is, and the evil queen's crown, which also turns her hair pink and purple, because that's how you know she's a bad kid. But like, how lax is the security in this place? Because like, this museum has all the most powerful, evil artifacts from all of Disney history. But apparently any random teenager can just walk right in, take anything they want, do whatever this move is, and look at that, now you're a supervillain. I mean, you'd think this would happen on a more regular basis. You know, like some girl catches her boyfriend liking another girl's Instagram post and just... Anyway, so everyone's a little on edge right now because Uma's still out there somewhere, and now Maleficent's scepter's gone, so what are we supposed to do?
What do we do? How do we keep evil out of Auradon?
I think that there's only one way to guarantee their safety. I think that we have to close the barrier forever.
Now, of course, Mal doesn't want to do this, but she's kind of all out of options here. And on top of all that, she can't even tell her friends anything because, you know, dramatic tension. Anyway, so later on, Mal and friends are getting ready for Jane's birthday party when suddenly Audrey appears and tells Mal what's what.
I was hoping you were home. Is this a joke? Okay, Audrey.
Quit!
It's not a toy! It's dangerous!
I want to be dangerous.
I want to be dangerous? I mean, wearing this full-on leather bodysuit in the middle of summer seems like more than enough danger for me, you know what I'm saying? But sure, okay. Now after this, Audrey uses the scepter to turn Mal into an old grandma because, as she puts it,
You think Ben will love you now, you old hag?
but I mean, the whole reason Ben fell in love with Mal in the first place is because she made him cookies and muffins and stuff, right? Well, you know who makes the best cookies you're ever gonna have? Grandmas, okay? So, joke's on you, Audrey. Anyway, so then we get some information that no one thought was important to mention until the third movie.
There's no spell that can reverse the curse of the scepter.
Well, that's a shame.
Audrey's out for revenge, and all of Auradon is in danger.
What should we do?
The only thing more powerful than the scepter is Hades' Ember.
So the new MacGuffin for this movie is Hades' Ember, which is allegedly more powerful than Maleficent's scepter. But like in the last 2 movies, they told us that the fairy godmother's wand was like the most powerful thing in the universe or whatever, so I don't even know what to believe anymore. Anyway, everyone rushes over to the island to go find Hades. And of course, the spell on Mal wears off because magic doesn't work there, so I don't know what the point of all this was, but whatever. Anyway, so Mal and Celia find Hades and try to steal the Ember.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, so turns out Hades is Mal's dad, and this is where we get a little backstory about why we didn't know about this until right now.
You abandoned me when I was a baby.
No, I left your mother.
She's not the easiest person to get along with.
You think?
Huh? You see?
We have something in common already. We both hate your mother.
You know, with all the singing and the hair and whatever, like, it's easy to overlook that this movie's actually kind of dark. Like, this whole thing between Mal and her dad, I mean, this is some pretty heavy stuff for a Disney Channel movie. Anyway, so after Hades sings a song about how Mal's daddy issues are actually a good thing, not joking by the way, that's actually the song, Mal gets the Ember and leaves. But just when everyone's about to head back to Auradon, Gil and Harry, the 2 guys from the second movie, jump through the barrier at the last second, and would you believe zany antics ensue?
Hey guys, we're just coming for a wee visit.
Come on, guys. Hey!
So now that Uma has the Ember, she agrees to help Mal stop Audrey if Mal will let everyone on the island go to Auradon if they want to. And of course, given the circumstances, once again, Mal has no choice. You know, I think I'm starting to see a pattern in this movie, but we'll see how it goes. Now, because of what happened in the second movie, everyone still kind of hates each other. But leave it to Evie over here to step in and give her 2 cents.
Here's a thought. We could try to be friends. Put our history behind us and celebrate our differences.
Yeah, okay, Evie, we could do that, but then we'd have to be nice to each other, and heaven forbid, I might actually feel happy. I mean, my whole life is like 30% sarcasm and 70% always being just a little perturbed about something, so I don't know if that's gonna work for me. Anyway, somehow they all make it back to Auradon and find everyone asleep or turned to stone, all thanks to Audrey.
They're asleep. Everyone. I can't get Ben. Or Dizzy or Doug.
Or Jane, the signal's out.
Dude, delicious.
Oh, no. We're not doing this dog again, okay? You got me once, Disney Channel, but I don't have the emotional stability to go a second time. So everyone goes to the castle to find Audrey and or Ben, but that's when Audrey attacks them with some magical suits of armor, and things are looking so good, but then Mal gets an idea.
And so they have a dance-off against the magic armor, and that's how they break the spell, by dancing.
Anyway, after this, Mal, Evie, and Uma go off to find Audrey, while the guys try to find Ben, which they do, by the way, except, you know, he's kind of going through some things. But right at that moment, Jane shows up with some enchanted lake water and sprays it all over Ben, thus breaking Audrey's spell, mostly. So remember back when Mal said this?
There's no spell that can reverse the curse of the scepter.
Yeah, well, you know, turns out that was just a big old... We also learned that Jane avoided Audrey's spells by hiding in the aforementioned lake, while Audrey was doing the whole, like, obnoxious villain laugh thing. Which, by the way, makes up like 80% of her lines in this movie. Now, going back to Jane for a second here, what exactly has she been doing this whole time? I mean, if the lake water can break or prevent any spell, like in the first movie or now in this one, why didn't she just spray everyone with the water and then go get the fairy godmother's wand? Wham bam bibbidi bow, movie's over in 5 minutes.
Disney Channel movies, why do I do this to myself?
So anyway, long story short, Ben and all the guys reunite with Mal and everyone else, and now they're all just kind of best friends for some reason.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm so much better right now. Are you okay?
What is this?
Oh, yeah.
I can get used to this.
You like it?
I love this.
Yeah, okay, Mal, back it up. Leave some room for Jesus, all right? Now, that night, everyone heads over to the fairy cottage where Audrey was supposedly staying. But when they get there, the only thing they find is Chad locked in a closet, which I gotta say, it's actually kind of impressive how Chad is in all 3 movies and does literally nothing this entire series. I mean, good for you, buddy. Anyway, so this is the point in the movie when everyone finds out the big secret that Mal's been keeping this whole time.
Someday, you're gonna have to tell me how you guys all got teamed up.
Actually, Mal promised to let all the kids off the aisle once this is over. I have to tell you guys something.
I lied to you. The kids won't be coming off the aisle.
What do you mean?
The program is shut down.
And just like that, the fellowship is broken. Celia throws the Ember into some water, so now that doesn't work anymore. Mal's in a tough spot. And if that wasn't enough, okay, right then, Audrey turns Ben, Carlos, Jay, and Evie to stone. Although she also gets that dog in there, so maybe it's not all bad. So after Mal sings a song about being true to herself, which I swear has to be like the 100th time she's done this so far, Audrey has Celia trapped on top of a tower. Mal transforms into a dragon to stop her, but she's not strong enough to win against Audrey's magic. And if you're a little confused about how we got from that last scene to this one, me too, because like 12 things all happened in the span of like 30 seconds. Anyway, so like I said, Mal isn't strong enough, and of course Hades' Ember thing doesn't work, so time to pack it up, kids. Looks like it's all over for Auradine.
We're stronger together. Stronger together. I'm right here, Mal. Regain your might and ignite.
And just like that, everyone forgets everything that happened like 2 minutes ago, and turns out the real magic was friendship all along. So just to summarize here, Mal ends up defeating Audrey, but she may have gone a little too far, and realizes that she needs the help of her dad, Hades, to bring Audrey back to life. And everyone just kind of brushes over the fact that Mal kills Audrey in this movie. Like I said, Descendants 3 is pretty dark. Anyway, at the very end, Ben and Mal are having a little engagement party. But that's when Mal realizes what she has to do about Auradine, the island, the barrier, and just everything.
You never know where the bad is gonna come from. And you never know where the heroes are gonna come from either. We are all capable of good and bad. And that's why I can't be queen of just Auradine. I have to be queen of the Isle, too. And it's time that we take the barrier down forever.
So then Mal uses the fairy godmother's wand to take down the barrier, and now all the inner city kids get to hang out in the suburbs and dance on the most unsafe bridge I've ever seen. Like, is no one even a little concerned here? And that's where the movie ends. So yeah, I guess we're all just supposed to forget that Mal's mom is still a baby lizard living in a box. But hey, that's cool, yeah, whatever, right kids? Now, here's the thing. Having seen all 3 Descendants movies, I gotta say, Descendants 3, what happened? I guess my main issue is that they crammed so many songs into this movie that like the story barely gets any time to itself. Like Descendants 1 had the same problem, just reversed, and the second movie stuck a pretty good balance, I thought. But with this one, it's just like every tiny, semi-important story beat gets its own musical number. I don't know, it's just this entire movie feels like the product of a meeting with some studio executive who's just like, you know what kids don't care about? A plot that makes sense. You know what kids love? Singing and dancing. So we're gonna do what Riverdale did for Abs, but with songs. There's gonna be musical numbers everywhere, for no reason. We're gonna be millionaires. And also, something that really stood out, at least to me, was like, in the first 2 movies, there were some parts here and there that I thought were genuinely hilarious. But with this one, I guess maybe they were trying to target like a younger audience or something, but there's just no actual jokes. Like, characters would just say and do random things, and I guess it's supposed to be funny?
I noticed you were low on canned corn.
Who wants gum?
You know, my dad said that his dad did not handle pain well at all.
Follow me, people.
That's great, dude.
FYI, I give great cuddles, too.
It's not even like quirky or tongue-in-cheek or anything. They just say random things. I guess I'm just a little disappointed, you know? I feel like they could have done a lot with Auradine and the whole world they built, but as the finale to a highly successful trilogy, it's just so... Even though I like to kind of make jokes about the series and the Descendants movies don't really make a whole lot of sense if you think about it, you still could attach to the characters, you know? It's like you see them for 3 movies, you see kind of how they grow and change or not change. Because I mean, seriously, Mal, how many times can you sing about following your heart? Just do it already. High School Musical 3, I mean, it's not like the greatest movie ever, but like it's actually a pretty good movie. It was a movie made for the audience that grew up watching the movies, you know what I mean? Descendants 3 was really weird to me because it's like they tried to make it really kid kiddie, like even more kiddie than the first one sometimes. But everyone who watched these movies growing up, you know, now it's like 4 years later, right? And so if you watched the first one when you were a freshman in high school, you're now in college watching this movie. And so it's like, I was really confused about who this movie was for, because it seems like it's targeted at really young people who love songs and singing and dancing and all that stuff like that and don't care about the story. But then everyone who's now a little bit more mature, who wants to see the ending of this saga that they're so invested in, or relatively invested in, like it's not for them, but it should be. I don't know, it's really weird. But they had a lot of potential of like making a really interesting story, because, you know, in the first movie it's about Mal and Maleficent, and Mal wants to do what her mom says, but then she realizes that actually that's not what she wants to do. She wants to follow her heart, whatever that means. And then in this movie, right, we meet her dad, and we kind of learn about her dad, her mom, and then herself, and kind of their relationship. And Audrey even goes and takes Maleficent's scepter, right? And so it's like, it was set up in such a perfect way. Could have had Maleficent come back, and then could have been this really interesting dynamic of like Audrey versus her mom. And then her mom kind of adopts, quote unquote, Audrey to be like her new daughter. And then Mal's like, well, you're actually my mom, but still I want to be my own person. You know, there could have been so much more to the movie. The whole ending, like, closure with Audrey is that she wakes up and says, oh, I'm sorry. And then everyone's like, nah, it's cool. And that's it. You know, in every other movie, right, like the hero and the villain, they kind of have this relationship, this interaction that grows, and they come to some kind of conclusion in the end. But this one, it's like, you know, Mal versus Audrey has no conclusion. It's just like Mal wins, the end, but like it doesn't go anywhere. I was a little disappointed, that's all. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This video took a long time to make, so I really hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please share it with your friends, your family, you know, tell everybody. I can't do it without you, you know what I'm saying? If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Follow me on Twitter. Let me know what was your favorite part of the video, or what video we want me to do next, what series I should do next, because now I finished Twilight, I finished Descendants. Is there another series you guys want me to check out? You know, let me know. Follow my dog Charlie on Instagram, Charlie Meets Pumpkin, and above all else, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.